Listen, what about this, boss? You think we can even customize our ride? We can pimp out our rides. I'm joking. Seriously though, it says 350 on it. I know that's not true. I know that's not true. I know that ain't no 350. I'm getting a bike. So my bike has a flat tire and 12 volts. Goes up to 14 miles an hour. It's got 30 minutes of drive time. I'd be stopping everywhere trying to charge that thing. Look, they got another one up here that actually has. That one's got 40 minutes. It's $200. We're going to have to get a bike, but I was looking at this stuff. I was like, what the world? They got a motorized scooter over here, too. Where's it at? I thought it was motorized. I guess it's not. Can you see me riding around town on this thing? I mean, I would. I absolutely would. If it had battery, I'd ride it till the wheels fall off of it. There was a girl that got a DWI in college, and she rode one of the motorized cars to work to school every day. There's a Inside Edition episode on that. It's hilarious. What do you think? You think we should get that? How are we going to charge it? Parent control. Oh, you better put me on turtle speed. Better put me on turtle speed. Hell, around here, I'll be outrunning cars on that thing. They drive so slow around here. Everybody's old. That's why. I'll be passing cars on that thing. I might as well just get in the line with traffic because I'm going to be going faster than everybody on that thing. How fast does it go? 6, 7, 8 miles an hour? What is that? Oh, it's a hover. All right, let's go get a bike. Got a flat tire. Now I ain't got my bike. Now it's 15 miles away. It's 12. Yeah, she took one of those Mickey Mouse cars and she drove that to school. She got a DWI in her Jeep. They took her car. Her daddy wouldn't let her drive anymore after the DWI because she was in college. Inside Edition, they have a video on this. That's how I saw it. So she went and got her a motorized Jeep and drove that to school every day. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Y'all, I'm really wondering if I should get that big Huffy that has the basket rack on the back. But it's just so big. Look. Hello. I'm going to starve and I won't have. So if I don't have a bike, then I don't have access to food and water. You have to have some kind of transportation. You cannot be walking 20 miles a day because walking 20 miles a day, you're going to end up in the hospital. If you were to walk 20 miles a day, you would probably need double the food and double the water that a normal person would because you're physically exerting yourself, right? I think that kind of goes without saying, right? Right? So I have to have a bicycle so that I can get to food and water and shelter and not have more problems. Without the bicycle, I won't have a means to an end, you know? Good morning, y'all. I'm not getting that. That's Mia's cruiser. All these bikes are huge. I wonder how much this Huffy is. I still don't like the handlebars, but Ain't got nowhere to set you. Why ain't nothing got a price? You think they're all free? You think they're all free? Hello. Thank you, Brandy. Hope you're having a great day. Let me just reiterate. If I don't get a bike, then I don't have food or water. The other bike is gone. It's approximately 15 miles away. If you want to come give me a ride to my other bike, then, oh, but if you do that, then you got to give me a ride to Greensboro to the bike shop so that I can fix the tire, because I have no way to fix the tire. Buying the tools myself is going to cost me $100 plus the tube. So I can go, so if you want to come get me, we can ride 15 miles south. We can get my bike, and then we can ride 15 miles south. I'm sorry, 40 miles souther to get it fixed, and I'll spend $100 doing that at a bike shop. And then you can drag my ass back 65 miles this way, or 45 miles this way. You get what I'm saying, right? Some of y'all that have careers, jobs, y'all get it, right? I'm about to cut the comments off. I'm cutting it to fan funding because I'm not listening to it. I'm actually seriously out here struggling for food and water. Some of you children in my comment section have never paid a bill in your freaking life. It shows. You've also never missed a meal, never been without sleep, never had to be in the elements. It shows. If I don't get a bike, I don't have food and water. It is 100 degrees outside. I will end up in the ER. This is not a game. Some of y'all would just call your mommy to come and get you. I get it. My parents are dead. Everybody's dead. I have no one to call. This is the real world where you got to do things yourself because there are no resources. This is the real world. Come on, man.
Kelsey and Megan tuning into G20 for Wally. Kelsey and Megan tuning into G20 for Wally.
Oh, that's comfortable on my butt. Let me take this around the block. I'll be right back. Let me not get robbed. Never mind. How much is that darn thing? I bet that thing's $300. It's Huffy. It's leather seat. I bet this thing is expensive. It's got a cup holder. It's got a phone holder. It's got a basket. It's got a back rack. I ain't even got out the store and the seat's already broke. And I bet you they want $300 for this thing. Nah, this ain't gonna work. I don't even like the way it drives. Oh. And it has a flat front tire. Welcome to America. Yeah, first of all, this is too heavy. Second of all, it does have all of these great amenities that I needed. That's what I need. That's the only reason I would even get this purple ugly thing. I need this rack. I need this cup holder. I need this basket. It's got a flat tire. The seat's broke and it doesn't ride right. And I hate to pull these out, but I can't control them, you know? I've got to get something. I don't know what to do, y'all. I'm about to lose my mind. Where are you at? There it is. I was right. After tax. After tax. Here it is right there. I was damn close. I just know things. What's up there? I'm gonna fucking die in the streets, y'all. Like, legitimately. I'm gonna starve to death. At the very least, end up in the hospital with all of these damn hospital bills. If I don't have a bike, I don't have food or water. I just bought a bike less than 3 weeks ago, and everything's tore up on it. The seat, the gear shift, the tires, the chain. I don't understand why I live in a world why this is okay, and this is why I be having meltdowns. I just spent $200 on a bike, and now I don't have a bike, and now I'm about to spend $200 on another bike, and then what, next month I'll need another bike? I'm never going to be able to get a car. I don't even have 200 to, you know, I don't have 200 to spend on groceries a week, much less a bike every damn 3 weeks. I guess I'm just gonna pick one and roll it up there. It don't matter what the price is. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna die in the street anyways. What does it matter? I don't need money for food and water. That is the only bike in here with a basket on the front, other than that big Huffy. And that Huffy is a 26-inch. It's $250, and I can't even get it off the shelf. It's so heavy. So if I can't get it off the shelf, I ain't gonna be able to make it up a mountain bicycling it with 50 pounds on my back either, you know? Why didn't I like that Huffy? Is that 24? That is. That Huffy is $100. Rock Creek purple Huffy. If that's $100, I'll get it right now. That's the only thing preventing me from getting it, is that I don't have hundreds. You know, like, if this is $100, I'm getting it. What was wrong with it? Let me take it around the block. I'll be right back. Oh my God, I'm getting dirty. Ugh. Oh, the tire's flat. Tire's flat. I mean, really though, they don't come with air anymore. For hundreds of dollars, we don't get air in the tires now. Oh, and the brakes will be broke within 2 days. The plastic, that'll be broke within days. You see how? The tire's flat. Watch when I push down on it. Tire's flat. Who sells two $300 bikes and then they ain't even got air in the tires? I'm not what's wrong with the world. Y'all are crazy if you think that I'm what's wrong with the world. Is that the same one I was just on? Yeah, it is. It needs air in the tire. Maybe it's not completely flat, but it's not a game I can play for $100 today. This Hill one's 105 as well. No, it's not. That's 26. It's got to be 24, like that one. And they don't have one. They literally don't have a single bike. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm gonna die in the fucking street, y'all. I guess I'm gonna die in the street. I'm gonna starve. I'll be so dehydrated by tomorrow. Like, this is so fucking frustrating. There's nowhere else to buy a bike in this town. There's not a mall. There's not a shopping center. There's nowhere else. This is the only place to buy a bike in the entire city. I would have to drive an hour in either direction to find somewhere else to buy a bike. And I have no way to do that. And there's not a singular bike on the shelf that I can either A, afford, or B, that is in decent enough condition to buy. I'm hungry, I'm sleepy, I'm exhausted, and I'm tired. And I just bought a bike 3 weeks ago. I was gonna get that Huffy, but it ain't got no air in the tire. And I ain't got no way to put no air in the tire. And even if I bought a pump to put air in the tire, then it's gonna be a $130 Huffy, and I'm gonna have to throw the tire pump thing. Then I'll have to throw that away because I have no way to tote it. There's no basket on there. How am I supposed to tote an air pump? You want me to put it in the 50-pound satchel? I guess I'm gonna go sit on the concrete and waste away. This is it. Well, we need to be somewhere that's out of sight so that they don't see that we're here, because you cannot loiter. That's why I had a bike. I wonder what kind of problems this is going to create. Yeah, I'm going to go try to find somewhere shady. Stay out of everybody's way. I guess when I get hungry, I'll go back in there and get something to eat. When I got to pee, I'll go over there and use the bathroom. You don't want to have your face in there too much. 2 or 3 times, and then the police show up. So, not having transportation actually could send you to jail. That's the truth of the matter. No one is ever going to gaslight me again and say that stuff like this is my fault when it's not. I don't deserve any of this. This is how my life has been from the start. I can't get ahead because of getting behind. I just bought that bike 3 weeks ago and it's completely trashed. The gears don't work, the chain's falling off, the seat's falling off, and now it's got a flat tire. I would have to invest another $150 into it to even make it whole again. That's what people are not understanding. And then I go in there to buy another bike, and they don't even have one that has air in the tires. Both of the ones that I took for a spin, the tires were flat. Front tire. Every other bike was child's bike, or a bike that's so big I can't move it. A lot of those are men's bikes. There's different size bikes. There's children's bikes, there's youth bikes, there's women's bikes, and there's men's bikes. I don't even have water. I don't even have any water. I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to sit down and smoke. I'm so stressed. I'm tired. I want sleep. I want normalcy. I work my ass off, and I don't make shit. People say this ain't a job, then why don't you do it? Why don't you do it if it's not a job? You would never be honest like I've been. You would never expose yourself like I have. You don't have the courage. You say it's not a job, but you're incapable of doing what I do on a daily basis. Most people would never do what I do. They're too scared of being honest. I don't know too many people that make a career off of their mistakes, but hell if I haven't done it. And that's what sets my job apart from most jobs. My head hurts. I need water. I have no way to carry water unless I dump that drink. It's got aminos in it. I'm going to drink it in a second. But then I'm going to have to use the bathroom again. And this book bag is heavy, so I'm just getting physically exhausted from walking. Because I had to walk over from McDonald's and then walk down here. And then I got half a ride and I had to walk from there. And I'm sorry, when am I supposed to go look for a job? I mean, when do I have free time? Can somebody tell me? And am I allowed to eat, sleep, and drink water before said interview? Oh, also, can I walk in there smelling good? So I'm going to need a shower, too. Are we sure there ain't no damn... I looked it up last night. It said no. I looked for a bike shop. It said Greensboro. No. Bicycle shop. $20 miles. 20 miles, 22 miles, 27 miles. Walmart's the first one. We're right there, 255 feet. 20 miles, 22 miles, 27 miles, 30 miles, 25, 20, what was that one, 23? That's most of Middle America. The majority of Americans would be in the same position that I am right now because they do not live in a major city. God is trying to show you things. Please pay attention. If most Americans became homeless tomorrow, a good portion of them would be in my exact shoes that I am in today. Especially if they had no family, like I don't. I've been on my own since I was 16. That's part of the reason I ended up in the hands of a sex trafficker. But you live and you learn, you grow up and you change, some of us. And then you fight like hell to get back on your feet. In order to do that, you have to have resources. Particularly food and water so that you don't die. You know, have you ever been 2-3 days without food? Do you know how that makes you feel? Lightheaded, dizzy. Then add on the hot sun, 100-degree heat, you know, no sleep. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. So tired. Imagine you only got 3 hours of sleep every night for the rest of your life. I wonder how that would impact somebody, the long term. It would definitely take a physical aspect, like toll. A physical toll to that. I don't know what to do. Like I said, and I keep saying, and everybody wants to, you know, say I'm faking being homeless. Things can get much worse. I guess when I'm actually dead, they'll be like, damn, she wasn't lying, was she? Sometimes that's what it takes. I'm willing to die just to prove a point, just to help people, just to bring awareness to these situations, just to give some perspective from somebody who's actually been through it. And like, here's the thing. I could roll that bike over there and ask those guys if they could put some air in the tire. How long till it goes flat though? And I have another major problem on my hands, just like the bicycle from yesterday. You know what I mean? If the damn thing ain't holding air while it's on the shelf, what makes you think it's going to hold air when I'm bouncing around on it, climbing mountains? I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore. If I was putting needles in my arm and stripping, I wouldn't even be in this predicament. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I really don't think I've ever heard of anybody getting their life together and losing everything and becoming homeless because they did the right things. I call me crazy. If you've heard of it, please show me the person, because I want to feel not so alone. I really do. I feel so alone, especially when I'm out here and I'm subjected to these evil people every day and their evil ways and their evil, manipulative, conniving, childish, petty behavior. And I don't operate that way, but I'm the one that's homeless, and everybody else can have a career and a home and food and sleep. Work my whole life, buy property, bought a home, bought a car. I did everything right. And I get clean, and the dominoes just start to just fall over in my life. And one by one, in the past 5 years, I've lost everything. I just bought a bike 3 weeks ago, and I ain't even got a bike now. Once again, I'm curious how this is my fault. You know? Who gets clean and then loses everything? That's what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me 5 years ago. And slowly but surely over the past 5 years, I've gotten to the point I can't even buy food. I can't even buy food. And it's only going to get worse. There's probably going to be another 1 million to 2 million people next year homeless. And just to be clear, we only have approximately around 1 million right now. To have 1 million to 2 people fall into homelessness overnight, it's going to be worse than the Great Depression. It already fucking is. People are just blind. We have credit cards now. That's why you're not seeing the world fall like it did during the Great Depression. Because we have credit cards now. That's the only reason that you are not standing in line right now for porridge. Credit cards. You and I both. If we did not have credit cards, we would all be standing in line for porridge right now. 100%. That's how Americans are surviving. When they cut when they cut the funds next year in 2026, they're cutting funds for homelessness, HUD housing, Section 8. This includes the elderly. This includes disabled people, people with children. They're cutting those funds 44% next year. I think I have a gift. I think I can see things that other people can't see. And it's crazy because I'm not smart. But if you've been here long enough, then you know that everything I've predicted has come true. Everything. I can be sitting on an island talking about the lack of infrastructure, and I can make a comment. I can say, God, I hope this island never catches on fire. And then 2 hours later, the island catches on fire. This has happened. I got it on camera. Sometimes I surprise myself. I think I'm getting to the age where now that drugs and alcohol are not a part of my life, and they haven't been for a very long time, now I'm becoming capable of honing in to this intuition and seeing things even better. And when I read these news articles and I learn what this administration is doing, I'm here to tell you that there is a huge potential that the next 4 years could be 10 times worse than the last 4 years. And I love Trump. I loved Trump. I repped for Trump. I encouraged people to vote for Trump for over a year. We've been bamboozled. And in 4 years, when the other half of the conservative party realizes this, because only half of the conservatives are pissed right now over the Epstein files, when the other half is pissed, I'm going to make a short with this video and stitch it. I'll be like, oh, got another prediction right again. Y'all do not understand the economic impacts of what's going on right now, but you will. I just hope you're not one of those people that fall into homelessness like me, because I'm here to tell you there is no resources. You're going to be sitting right here beside me, wondering if we can damn get air in that bike tire in there so that we can get food and water today. People think that there's all of these community outreach programs and community churches that do stuff. It's sad. It's sad that the media, the government, and people lie. It's sad. That's all I know how to tell you. That's the only explanation, is that people lie to make money, and people have not been helped, nor will they, until things change. We have a system that is built just like the foster care system, just like the Department of Corrections, just like every government agency that takes in money or gets federal funding. Homelessness is its own subcategory of money. Nonprofits, state agencies, local agencies, they receive money for homelessness, but that money does not go back into the infrastructure to actually help those people. Money has been misused, misappropriated all over this country for decades. What I'm talking about when I say that the next 4 years might be worse than the last 4 years is that I see how they are lining up the puzzle pieces to steal money. Both sides are corrupt. Both sides have always stole. Both sides will always steal. Both parties will work together in the benefit of each other rather than with their own party and their own supporters in the benefit of their supporters. Economically speaking, it might be a harder 4 years than we've seen before. It's already looking that way. People see things in the media like the big beautiful bill and they think that it's fabulous for the economy. What they don't realize is, yes, we need to cut spending. However, cutting spending in certain areas is going to cause a trickle down event. It's going to cause the dominoes to fall, which is going to cause more problems. I mean, hell, we're only, 7-8 months in? We've already had more wars pop off. The Epstein list has not been released. Pam Bondi is fake as hell. I told y'all, I need an editor. If anybody, seriously, I'll send you the videos. I'll pay you, and you can send me the video back. I'll have my shit together more. I'll be more professional when I deal with you. Like, seriously, I said that Pam Bondi was fake. That was the only one that I didn't like. And what happened? Everybody agree with me now? Anybody agree with me? Just one person agree with me that she's phony? She thinks up lies as she goes along. Remember, I said that when he first picked her. And y'all were like, no, Pam's great. Pam's great. How you feel about that now? I don't mean to be condescending. I'm just, I know what I know. And I know people. And I see through them. I wish I couldn't. I wish I could be one of them so I could make it in life. Hey, buddy. Come back. You want a friend? I need a friend. Come here. Where'd you go? There's a big old bee. Hello, you're so pretty. He was literally looking at me behind my book bag. Oh, he was hiding looking at me. He was big old bumblebee. He was like one of the fuzzy ones. You know, the little butt's fuzzy. So cute. I should have been a beekeeper. Y'all always see bees flying all over me. Maybe that's what God's leading me. How many bees did I have to send you, Brooke, for you to know you should have been a beekeeper? I literally made the outdoors your home. And it had all these bees coming up to you. Y'all, I'm so mad. I'm gonna die out here today. I mean, I guess we can loiter from business to business, spending as little money as possible. A lot of these businesses have closed door policies. That means, and they're going back to this, and I actually since we're talking about predictions this morning, one of my predictions last year was that in 2025, we would see more businesses implementing a closed door policy. What a closed door policy is where you have to spend money to even be in the building. The reason that they're implementing closed door policies is because of the homeless population loitering in business, stealing power, using the bathrooms, and not spending money. I see both sides. So let me tell you something. It's kind of crazy to see how the government creates a problem, or the economy, and then that trickles down into people's places of work. Let me explain it. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about the domino effect and the trickle down system. Society raised the rent, okay? Government, COVID, raised rent prices. People were priced out. They had to move to the streets. Then they go in McDonald's trying to get power, not spending money because they're indigent. They hang out so long that McDonald's then has to call the law to get them removed off the property, trespassed, and they're never allowed back in the building again. This is why Starbucks, McDonald's, other businesses have a closed door policy now. And just like I predicted in 2024, at the beginning of the year, Starbucks put out a statement stating that they do, in fact, they're going back to a closed door policy. You cannot even be on the Starbucks property and steal Wi-Fi unless you are buying coffee. Much less go in and use their restroom. They have a closed door policy. Now, this is from a combination of homelessness, drug addicts that go in there and wreak havoc, and also teenagers. McDonald's has done this. And some of the McDonald's locations, you have to have a driver's license to even come in. If they suspect that you are underage, they will come up to you, ask you for your ID. If you are under the age of 21 years, they will ask you to leave. They did this in the Bronx, and they've done it at other McDonald's. They are literally, listen, it is not the business's responsibility to supply a homeless person power. But they have to deal with the problems of homeless people, like me being too loud out here. They have to deal with the problems of the homeless people because the economy, because they couldn't afford rent. So the homeless person becomes a business's problem because they can't afford rent. Yeah, you can't just post up in a business, honey. You got to be spending money. And thank God for my true followers, because I wouldn't even be able to eat or anything, you know? It's only because of donations and my small check from YouTube that I've been able to afford food, buy that bicycle, stuff like that. And then more bad stuff happens. This is life. People want to say, whatever. If you're not struggling like this every day, if it's not hard just to get through the day, then you're not really living. You must live at home with mom and daddy. They must come to your beck and call and swoop in like Superman to save the day every time you have a problem. Most Americans, yeah, they're not literally on the street having to bicycle 20 miles a day for food and water like me, but most Americans are in some capacity going through these struggles every day just like I am. The people that come here and spread hate, it's very clear that you've never been through shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know how, like, I got a flat tire last night and people were in the comment section saying, oh God, here she goes again, another problem, complaining. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm literally on the streets, you know? Like, people are weird. That's what I'm saying. Is it that people are privileged and they can't comprehend that this is a life or death situation, or are they just completely incompassionate? Is it a lack of intelligence? Or is it inconsideration? Because there's no in between. Are they physically unable to put themselves in my shoes, or are they just blatantly evil and jealous that I got a small opportunity? I don't know, but there's no in between. It's one or the other. Where's my vape? Oh, it's my lap. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the bike. And it's about to get hot soon, so I've got to, like, figure something out, you know? I can't just sit out here all day with no food and water. I went through absolute hell last night. I had to bike over 7 miles. It started fucking raining. My shoes got wet. My bag got wet. It was absolute hell. Absolute hell. I did not sleep good at all. Woke up with my kidneys or my liver hurting. I don't know which one. Whatever one is back there in the back. And then I had to call somebody to get a ride, try to figure out the bike situation. The tire wouldn't pump up, so then I had to go put it up, because it's not like I can tote it around with a broken wheel. I wonder how many miles I've done walked this morning. 8,500 steps. I've done walked over 4 miles this morning, and I'm hungry, sleepy, and thirsty. They had one other bike in there, but if I pull it up to the register and that thing's like $200 and something, I'm not getting it. I can't afford it. I saw that Huffy for $105. That was my price range. 100, 125, 150 bucks. That bike looks expensive. That's why I didn't even get on it to try to ride it. Oh, also, they don't sell the bike tube here for that tire. They don't sell the tube here. So I would have to special order that for the other bike. Of course I would. You know, being able to purchase it in the store, being homeless, that's too easy. Of course it's something I have to order off the internet. So the other bike, I couldn't have fixed for months anyways. Because there's no tube. You got to order the tube off the internet. Not to mention, I need 2 different tools and probably some kind of bike expert, because there's some kind of mechanism on it that I've never seen before. The old school bikes, you could just take the bolts off, the tire, the whole tire pulls down, you can change the tube and then pop it back in there and tighten the bolts. This ain't like that, homie. This is different. This has got some other little, I don't know if it's some kind of brake mechanism. I don't know if it's some kind of something just to look fancy. I don't know. They don't have the size tube that I need. I need a specific size. And it's got to be Vibe. Ozark Trail Vibe 1. I got to make moves before I become sick because I'm already not feeling good. When you have hypoglycemia, it's not nothing to play with. You're going to feel like shit out here all the time. No matter how much food and water, you're still going to feel like ass. And I don't eat near enough food. Not by far. These motherfuckers will get on the internet and see me eat once or twice and think that that's enough food to eat. And I done burned through 2,000 calories in a day sweating in the sun. I mean, it really goes to show that, once again, is it a lack of intelligence? Or have you just been so privileged you ain't out here? You ain't sat outside for 20 hours in a day ever. I don't think most people have. I don't think most people been outside in these conditions on a continuous basis ever. Most people. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much, Mama. ×5. And thank you for being a bronze member. Let's go look at this other bike. And I gotta pee again. That's another thing. When I don't have a bicycle, I don't even want to drink water because I'm gonna have to run with this bag on my back. Having the bicycle, I can roll up to the bathroom. You fall into a depression when you're not eating and drinking and you're just sitting in these elements. You don't want to move. You literally just become one with the concrete because the gravity of the situation is just weighing on you and there's no way to fix it. Well, when I don't have a car 2 or 3 years from now, remember how many bicycles. This will be the second bike I've bought in less than a month. It's like gas in the truck. The whole reason I couldn't make the truck payment is because of the gas. The gas was so expensive. I was spending $2,000 a month in gas. $500 a week approximately just to stay cool in the summer heat. In the wintertime, it'd be a little cheaper, but you're still running the truck to stay warm. So I couldn't pay the truck payment because I couldn't keep up with the cost of living. And now I'm on the streets without a truck. And I'm never going to be able to save for a new truck because I can't keep up with the cost of living now that I'm homeless. Do y'all understand that this is more expensive? I can't go to the grocery store. Let's talk about that. I can only buy what I can fit in this bag. How much do you think I can fit in this bag? This is all necessities: deodorant, toothbrush, an extra change of clothes, batteries, charging cords for my phone, electrolytes, beef jerky, trail mix. I can only eat what I can carry. So if I want to get something to eat, how do I do that? Let's say I wanted to go in here in Walmart. Do it the cheap way. Get me one of their pre-made subs and a can of soda. That's going to run me $6. Let's say I want to go to Bojangles and get me a 2-piece combo with a side of dirty rice, a biscuit, and a soda. That's $12. Let's say I want to go to the Mexican restaurant and get me something to go. A taco platter. It's $12. Say I want to go to Taco Bell. It's still going to be $6 or $7. So let's have a hypothetical day. Let's say for breakfast, I wake up, I go into McDonald's and I get me a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin with a coffee. That's $6, $7, okay? Then I need water after that. So I bicycle a mile, or walk a mile to get 2 or 3 bottles of water because that's all that I can carry. Even if I wanted to stuff 2 bottles of water in here and carry one, even if they're 20 ounces, 24 ounces, I don't care. I mean, you can only carry so much. You can carry whatever you can carry, but I can assure you that I can only carry with that book bag probably maybe 2 or 3 of these, which is only 23 ounces. Yesterday, I drank almost 5 liters with an L of water just to stay hydrated, and I probably could have done more than that because I'm in the elements, so we're out in the heat. You're going to need more water, probably 3 times what the average person needs, just like food. You're probably going to need 3 times as much as the average person of food, water, electrolytes, vitamins, minerals. Okay, so we have a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. Let's say that's $6. Then we bicycle to the store to get 3 waters. That's $9. Okay, so at this point, we've spent, what, almost $20? And it's not even 8 a.m. by this point. It would not be 8 a.m. by that point. Let me tell you why. Because when you're homeless, you have to be up before everybody else. I usually roll into McDonald's between 5 and 6:30. And by 8, 9, I'm looking for water. Then you're going to be hungry again. Because by this time, that sausage, egg, and cheese has done worn off from all the bicycle that you've done. So, you've spent 9, 6, 15. You've spent $15 just getting enough water and breakfast in you, and now you're starving again. So you bicycle another mile to Food Line to get watermelon, yogurt, these little things like this so that you can eat and have something to eat. That's $5, $6. So now you're at $20 and you decide you need lunch, and by this time you'll need more water. So go spend another $9 on 3 different bottles because you can't carry a case. It would be nice to buy 48 in a pack, right? That's how I buy 2 of those a week, actually. And you can't have that. You can't carry that on a bike or by yourself. So you're going to have to be paying. You're automatically off the gate going to have a water bill of a few $100s a month because you have no way to have a case of water, carry a case of water, or have a large water supply. That's your first new expense. There are days that I've spent $20 to $30 a day out here, a day, to get water. Yesterday was one of those days. I spent probably $25 on water yesterday. This is one of the reasons that I show you guys what I buy. Every time I'm with you guys, you are with me every time I purchase something. So after you go and get more water, you're going to be hungry. So you got to get lunch. Might as well swing through Bojangles. The only option in this town, McDonald's, Bojangles, McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell. That's it. That's it. That's it. Everything from there, doesn't matter which one you pick from, any lunch combo is going to be over $10. Sure, I guess you could walk in the food line, get you some more fruit, get some more yogurt. But what else can you buy outside of fruit and yogurt, a pre-made salad, a pre-made half a sub? Do you want to eat the same things day after day after day? I don't know if you can, but I can't. I actually have problems eating food. I'm not picky, but I'm high end. I don't know what else to say. I can't eat cheap meat. What do you want from me? Then you get a lunch combo. Tack that onto the other money for food and water. Do you see how this is starting to add up? Do you see how this is starting to add up? Then let's say it starts raining. Your shoes get wet. All of your stuff gets wet. Now you got to walk to the laundromat, spend $5 to wash all your stuff. You're going to need laundry detergent, so you're going to have to go to the Dollar Tree, walk over there to get laundry detergent, then walk all the way to the laundromat to wash your clothes. Spend $5 doing that. Then you're thirsty because you're out of water again. So you have to, there's no store within a mile or two radius. So you have to buy water out of the vending machine. So you get 2 bottles and that's $6. Don't ask me how I know. Yeah, my gas problems disappeared, but I have a whole new list of problems. People never understand. I guess, maybe I really hope that the purpose of my life is to bring awareness to these situations. I really do. I hope that God's mission for me is to use myself as a guinea pig. Maybe my childhood being used as a guinea pig was to set me up for my adulthood being used as a guinea pig. I'm really praying that that's the case. I did not understand this before I went through this. Most people would not. Most people have this idea in their head of what they would do if they fell into my situation, but I can assure you that you wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't. Homeless people are some of the strongest people that's ever been on this earth. By far. By far. By far. I don't care what anybody says. Every day out here in these elements, it's a war. It's a war. This is not a game. I could die. I could slip and fall down a damn mountain trying to go take a piss. And they'd never find my body. And nobody would be looking for me because I don't have any family. So they wouldn't even know I went missing. I don't think there's a lot of people that can say that. The fact that that's the case and that's my situation is rare, and I understand that. But there's still a lot of people out here without family and resources just like me. And this is why they stay out here. Impossible. It's impossible. And I've only been able to make it this far because of donations from my followers. If I didn't have these donations, I don't know. I'd probably be in a state mental hospital. I don't know. I don't know what would have happened. I'm like this close already, So, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think that next year, when things get real bad, I think that people's going to change their tunes. I think that people will start coming back to my page, changing their tunes. I think that it's easy to victim blame until you become a victim, and then that changes your perspective. I'm getting up so we can go in here and get a bite. need to use the bathroom first. I'm about to pee my pants because I drank half of this water bottle. Usually by now I've done had down 40 ounces of water. Nasty. Some people are just so sloppy, y'all. It makes me sick. You can, going back to sometimes Jesus makes people ugly on the outside to warn you about their insides. I can feel energy, honey. I'm about to pick up that phone. Thanks for calling Walmart. This is Brooke. How can I help you? You know how many times I called this Walmart 2022, 2023, and 2024? I'm ashamed to say. I guess I'm not turtly enough for the turtle club anywhere I went. It's okay. Because now I have a career. This damn phone's about to die. Of course it is. Right when I get up to the damn register to buy a bike. It's got 15%. I want to see if that other bike rides pretty good or not. There was one other one. It looks fancy. I want my other bike back. I done got used to riding that. I got a specific way, you know. It just feels like good. Like you know, like ever had like the same Harley for 20 years and then bought a new Harley? It feels weird. You ever had the same dirt bike and then got a new dirt bike? It feels weird. I don't know. I've experienced this before. It's like driving a new car. Like, wait a minute, this ain't my car. You know, you ever damn drop your husband's damn car off to get an oil change and you have to drive his truck and you can't reach the pedals and the seat's all funny. It's like, whoa, this is weird. Same thing on a bike. Same thing on a bike. My hands wasn't even in the right place. My hands was like over here. Oh, there's more over here. Yeah, but I don't think those are 26. Yeah, those are big up there. I don't need no 26-inch tire. I won't be able to touch the ground. I'm only 5'5". I wish that that one had air in the tire, but it don't. This is the one, and that is a 26. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wasn't interested. The tire's flat. Why has every single bike in the store got flat tires? This is the third one. I wish I were joking. This tire's flat as well. Swear to God on my life. They see me rolling, they hating. This tire is flat as well. This is a whole different bike. The tire is flat as well. This is the fifth one. They don't have a bike on the shelf that has air in the tires. And this is for a kid, but I was going to get it because I just need something to ride, right? The tire's flat. And this one doesn't have an adjustable seat. So I would have to sit all the way down with that bag almost touching the wheel. Do you see what I'm saying? I need this seat lifted up and it doesn't have an adjustable seat thing. When I tell you that I am so hungry, I feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm so nauseous. I'm so hungry. You know, it feels like bile is coming up through your throat. You know what I mean? You ever been so hungry you can feel the bile, the stomach acid coming up your esophagus? tire's flat on that purple one. I was going to look at this purple one. Tire's half flat on the front. We'll check the other one. You know, they could hire me for their sports and biking department. I'd make sure all these tires had air in them and I could lift these bikes off the shelf, as you could see. It's a kid bike for $120. I just want to scream. The tires look like they're going to pop with me sitting on it, y'all. I just, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm so hungry and I'm literally starting to shake. Like, my biggest problem is that I'm going to spend this money and I'll be in the same situation tomorrow. That's where my anxiety comes from, because I just dropped $200 on a bike 3 weeks ago and it's already broke. I mean, it's completely wrecked. Everything's broke on it. What's broke? Everything. From the chain to the gears to the seat to the damn wheels. I have to get a bike or I'm going to starve to death today and end up in the ER by tomorrow. I have no way to get water, food, or anything without wheels. And I can't spend, it's 100 degrees outside. I cannot walk 20 miles today. You see how I can push in on this bike tire? If I can push in on it, imagine what your weight setting on it does. We're going to take this bike over to the automotive section and see if they can put air in the tires. If they'll put air in the tires, then I'll buy the bike, if I can ensure that it doesn't have a hole in the tire. because you can't. You can. Yeah, I just want to make sure it doesn't have a hole for a bike because I just bought another bike 3 weeks ago and it's all busted to hell. So, and I paid $200 for that one. Thank you so much. He said that they can check it out to check the air in it. Lord, thank God. I think that one's going to be probably about $130 after tax. So, don't ask me where my paycheck goes when I show it. It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Where's my other phone?
Coach Jesse, dial 150.
Hold on 1 second. They got music on. I forgot we went to CVS yesterday. 27 plus 22. It cost me around $75 yesterday just for food, water. CVS purchase of $22. You guys went with me. We got electrolytes and water and protein, remember? We then stopped at Hardee's for dinner and we got 3 chicken strips for almost $6. But then we also went to Food Line to get the rest of our dinner, which was cottage cheese, more water, and watermelon, cottage cheese, and water. That was $16. We then got Subway for lunch. That was $6. We then went by a grill where we picked up a brownie and another cup of water. That was $5. We got a coffee for $3.84. We actually hit Food Line first thing yesterday morning. It was $14.50 for yogurt, water. What else was it? It was yogurt, water. Oh, and more fruit. And early that morning for breakfast, I went to Hardee's. It was $7. I had 2 scrambled eggs and 2 slices of bacon with a coffee. Am I not supposed to eat? And if I know I am, what should I eat? I have no way to cook anything. I have to buy everything on the go. This is how your life just got more expensive. Not to mention having to buy single bottles of water. Sometimes 2 bottles of water will run you over $6. People don't understand. They didn't understand when I was in a truck either. This is what I did for a year and a half while I was in a truck. I broke down my finances and told people how expensive life has become and why I was living out of a car. That's what I did for a year and a half. And now I'm on the streets doing the same thing. Showing you how life just got more expensive for me. Why I can't get ahead for getting behind, you know? I'm about to pick up that phone. I don't want to go to jail. Look at the callus all over my hands from riding that bike nonstop. My hands have like been bleeding, both of them. Camera's not even picking it up. How crazy is that?